Would you like to spend money on your marketing today and still benefit from it 3 years from now? Well, if you'd like that, you'd better be thinking about your branding and your marketing and how the two work together. Stay tuned. In this video, I'm going to show you one example of how it works in an industry that you can apply to your own business as well. Hi, my name is Andrea. I'm the founder of Legacy Creative and a brand strategist. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. On this channel, we are on a mission to simplify branding and make it easy for teams and visionaries to take ideas and make them real. If that sounds like you, please be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell so you'll be notified next time a video goes live. So frequently people ask me, what's the difference between branding and marketing? And actually a lot of times I end up working with people who are both branding specialists and marketing specialists, and we have very different perspectives of how we see branding and marketing. At its simplest, branding is about a feeling and marketing always has a motive. So here's what I mean by that. Let me use the example of a jewelry store. A jewelry store that primarily sells engagement rings probably wants to be branded as a place about love and connection and community and all the happy things we think about when we start to get married. That's what their branding is going to be. However, their marketing is going to be a little bit more direct, like when you need to buy an engagement ring, we are your number one choice and here's why. Or their marketing message might sound a little bit like, hey, it's Valentine's Day and you probably want to slide in here and buy something special for the person you love. A marketing message is clear and gives people what they can buy from you and has a call to action. A branding message is all about a feeling and making it so that somebody feels a certain way when they interact with you and that they remember who you are and what you do. Branding is something that affects your business long term. If you think about branding when you're writing it into your campaigns and when you're really thinking about how to design any experience for a customer, then you're thinking about how to have people feel like that every single time they interact with your business. So from how you answer the phones, what's in your bathrooms, maybe what's at the front door, really branding should touch every single part of your business that you want to make people feel the way that you want to be known for your brand. On the other hand, marketing can be a little bit more short term. Like I used the Valentine's Day example. Of course, you're only going to run that campaign for maybe 2 or 3 weeks before Valentine's Day, and it wouldn't make any sense to run it in the middle of the summer. So you want to keep in mind that branding is all about feeling and long term, and marketing is about short term and a motive. And done right, you probably are going to mix the two together in every campaign that you run, so that percentage of what you're doing is the way you want to make people feel, and the other percent of what you're doing is the call to action or how they can work with you. Another interesting thing when you're thinking about branding is, how do you compare yourself to your competitors, and does that fall into branding or marketing? Well, here's what I like to think about that with branding. I really think it falls down more to branding than it does marketing. So say for example, you're going to buy a car. Very frequently, people who are buying a car are starting with how that brand is positioned. Somebody who's going to go to a Ford dealership and buy a Ford is in a very different mindset than somebody who's going to go to an Audi dealership and buy an Audi. The person that's buying the Audi is like, hey, I want this luxury experience. I want a smooth ride. I want a great drive. I want to have a higher end elite car. Someone that's buying a Ford is probably a little bit more about like common sense, 4-wheel drive, all the things that come with buying something like a Ford. So in the long term, when you compare yourself against a competitor, or when an audience is comparing their options, they're thinking actually first about branding and then about marketing. So using the Ford and Audi example, if Audi was having a better sale than Ford, it might actually pull someone to the Audi side. Or if Ford was offering a better deal than Audi, it might pull someone to the Ford side. However, either way, when people start making the decision, they're making it based on brand and the way you make them feel. So how do you use this practically when you're creating content, creating campaigns, or thinking about the next book you want to write? What I suggest you do is first you sit down and you write these two things on a piece of paper. How do I want to make people feel? What's my call to action? And make sure you're clear about both of those, because they are very different and they both matter. Once you understand how you want to make people feel on a consistent basis and what the specific call to action for that activity in your business is, it gets really simple to have a branding and a marketing plan that mix together, kind of like yin and yang. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, again, please be sure to subscribe to the channel, comment below on anything of questions you might have, and we'll answer them next time. And until next time, my name is Andrea. Make it a great day.